What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Got some new coffee today. Tastes a little different. I like Folgers coffee with a lot of creamer in it, and I had a community coffee. They used to have that at my old job. I used to make the coffee over there in the morning, so I'd be one of the first ones in the office. So I'd go ahead and make the coffee for the office, and it was that community brand, and that used to be my favorite one, but I switched over to Folgers for the most part, and they didn't have any at the time when I went to DG, so I got some of this community coffee and I could taste the difference. But you had enough creamer in it and anything will taste good. So anyways, it's been a early morning. Got up about 6:30, let the big dogs out, took Baxter out to go to the bathroom as usual, and as soon as I walk out, I'm greeted by all my chickens, and they will follow you around the yard until you feed them. So they've trained me, instead of me training them, to feed them first thing in the morning. I'll go over there and I just have like a little bucket that I used to have screws and nails in, and I'd probably feed them about a quarter of that little bucket. I only have 5 chickens out here, a rooster and 4 hens, so it's not a lot of feed for them. And they also free range the entire day, so they have plenty of stuff to eat out here, bugs and from what I'm feeding them. And on top of that, they produce pretty good amount of eggs for the 4 hens. Almost every day I get about 4 eggs, which is pretty good since I only have 4 hens. I'm already sweating. Good grief. It's crazy. Can't do anything out here without sweating. But I typically give Baxter, Daisy, and Tucker an egg each, especially if there's only 3 of them and the chickens don't get one. And if there's 4 of them, I'll feed the 4th one to the chickens. And good grief. Tuck, what are you doing, buddy? Are you ever going to be dry? You know you're not going to be coming in my house all soaking wet, right? You too, Daisy. All right, back it up. Let me put my tripod down. Don't want to get the people sick over here. Let's see. Anyways, I know it's not the best to feed your chickens their eggs because they'll supposedly eat their own. And I've never had that issue. I've had chickens for like 6 years, 7 years, something like that. And I don't know, the only time they eat their eggs is when I give it to them. So I'm not worried about them eating their own eggs. The thing that made me think about it is out in the pond right now. It's probably 90% dried up out there. So there's just little puddles here and there. And there's those wood ducks that fly over all the time. And they have laid a whole bunch of eggs out there. They laid them whenever there was still water in the pond. And there was a little bit of the pond grass out there. And since the water's evaporating, all the eggs are just sitting out there and the ducks are leaving them. And I was over there at Mom and Dad's the other day and told Mom, I was like, what are all those little white things out there? Are those golf balls? The reason I'm saying that is Jason and I used to hit golf balls out in the pond when we were kids. And then I realized we've dug out the pond since then. So if there would have been any, we would have already dug them up. And she says, I think they might be mushrooms. So I went out there and looked, and it was eggs. And there's probably, I don't know, 40 or so out there just all over. And I ended up cracking one open, and you can just tell they were all getting nasty since the ducks don't do anything with them. They just laid them and then ended up leaving. So unfortunately, we had a whole bunch of eggs just sitting out there. And when you get water out here so bad, it's so dry. Like I said on the video yesterday, I'm going to lay off on heavily watering my yard. It's just, even when I do, it still looks like this. It's not the greenest, and I'm okay with that. As long as it's mowed down, that's all I really care about. And the comments on the video yesterday did not surprise me. I told Dad before the video, or when we're working, I always say, I bet you somebody's gonna say this, or I bet somebody will say that. And I called it to a T. There was a few comments. There's something on my hat. I called it, and there was a few people that were asking why I'm cutting down all the shade. Why are you cutting down all the trees? Why are you cutting down an entire tree when just the limbs hanging over? We do stuff for a reason, guys. I don't just like losing the trees on my property. I still have a shit ton of them out here. All these trees are young. They're still, I think the oldest tree I have is probably the China berry tree that Dad cut on the side of the house over there. And we only cut the one limb off of it. There's still 2 big limbs on it, and it's still a full-size tree. I just have a bunch of these other trees that are young. There was too many of them when I first got this property. Where I'm sitting at was completely wooded. with a bunch of Chinaberry trees, a bunch of hackberry trees, just a bunch of junk trees. This was just an overgrown lot next to a pond, and went in here and cleared it all out. And I'll show you a good example of right here. Look at that tree right there leaning. This one right here. Because it's fighting for sunlight against all the other trees that were in here. So that's why we cleaned up the way we did. And the same thing with this one right here. It may look semi-straight here, but at the top it completely curves out this way. Because like I said, there was a big cluster of trees here in the middle. So I'm thinking about trying to reattach a chain or something to both of those trees and pull them together again. We tried that in the past, but I don't think we were able to get it tight enough. But we'll have to redo it and see if we can use the weight of each other trees to pull them back straight. And that's the reason why we're cutting stuff out. I understand that there was just a few limbs that were actually touching the house or getting ready to touch the house, and a lot of the winds that we get come from the south this direction towards the house. And when I have these trees back here, there was a cluster of them right here. There was 4 trees here. Now there's 2, and I'm still debating if I want to take this one out. It looks straight on camera, but starting from here, it starts curving out towards the house. And these trees need room to grow. That's why they're all growing out away from each other. And it just, I don't know, I'd rather have a tree that's straight than a whole cluster of them. And same thing over here with this one right here. That's the mesquite tree that I just trimmed up. Back behind it is a hackberry. It had 3 of them growing into each other, and we ended up cutting one of them, the one that was starting to lean the most, and it was starting to lean towards my fence line. We trimmed up a bunch of the limbs back here that were leaning over on the fence. The one thing I can't stand is when I'm mowing and I have to constantly duck down to not get hit by limbs, and that's the reason why we did all that stuff. We do things for a reason. It may not be to your liking. A viewer had said something about it was just a jab at Jason and I guess they complain on his videos as well. When he was clearing out trees, people were saying, why are you clearing out all your trees? Why are you doing that? You need shade. Like, I just don't get why you're clearing out all these big trees. And then people with common sense comment to those people and say, well, how the hell are you supposed to build a house if there's a whole bunch of trees? You have to clear out land. Like, I don't get it. And I understand why people, they see like big beautiful trees, and then they're like, they see a content creator bitching about how hot it is down here in South Texas, and then they see that same content creator cutting trees out. I get it, people have questions, but we're doing the stuff for a reason. Like I said, I'm not doing it just for fun. I don't want to just chop down trees just for exercise. We're doing it for a reason. These trees are still very young, and they have a lot of time to grow, and they need a lot of space to grow. And I'm telling you, when all these trees are full grown, this entire backyard will be almost 100% shaded. And I still have room out here now, or I have room out here now after clearing trees to be able to do things I want to do out here. I have my little fire pit back here, which is temporary. I'm probably going to end up moving it. Up there in Terrell, we had built, which is just outside of Dallas, my old property, we built a man cave out there with a fire pit. I had a hot tub out there, TV, barbecue, a little barbecue station. And I want to do something like that again. Possibly right here in the middle of all these trees, or over there where my grapevines are. Like I said, I have the arched grapevine, probably a 16-foot section, and then a 24-foot section of grapes. And I think that'd be a cool area to have, like an outdoor eating area with all the grapevines and stuff around it, a little pergola over there or something. And then up there in the front, out by the pond, I want to build another little small pergola with maybe a little swing or something, so when the dogs are out there playing, I could sit down on the swing and watch them. I'll have a swing on my front porch. I could sit there and watch them if I wanted to, but I would like to be right up next to them, and I don't know, just enjoy that time. There is one more tree on this property that's 100% going to go. I may just be able to hook a chain onto my truck and just pull it out. I'll just turn y'all around this way. So once again, all these are hackberry trees back here, minus the one that's back up in here. That's the Chinaberry. So I have 3 hackberries over here. They're all decent size. They're still young, but there's one in the middle that's out of nowhere. It just lost all its leaves and started dying. So I'm gonna have to end up cutting that thing out, which is not a huge issue. And I'll probably get the comments on that one too. Why are you cutting out all your trees? I don't know. I think people just get too invested in people's lives, and It's okay. That's why I put my life out on the internet, to get judged by people who don't know me, and it is what it is. I'd love to. I was telling Jovita, she stopped by the other day after work. If you don't know who that is, you must be new. She's my moderator. We've known each other since I was like 16. We've worked together in the past, and she stopped by after work the other day, and we were just chit-chatting, and what did she say? Damn it, now I lost my train of thought. Jovita, what did you tell me? My gosh. We talk about so much shit when she's here. Oh, I don't remember what I was getting with that. Oh, I know we've talked about it in the past, about how she says, well, how people think they know me, and that it's mainly the ones that are negative saying stuff. It really bothers her. You could tell it does. And I just told her, don't sweat it. Like, the only thing that will irritate me is if somebody, like, I don't know, if they say something that's so off the wall, or if they say something about my family, that'll irritate me, and I'll just block them. Like, I haven't been deleting comments. I just would rather just block a person if they say something very bad or something negative about my family once again. But other than that, I honestly don't care. It's not going to hurt my feelings if somebody says something about why am I cutting down trees. I just want to jump in and explain why I'm doing these things, and it's my property. I can do what the hell I want. And somebody might get offended, the person who said that, or a couple of the people that said stuff like that. But just like I'd take it with a grain of salt. You should do the same thing. Just because I'm a content creator can't mean that I can't respond to y'all's comments. And I'm a human being as well. Just because I have a camera in front of me doesn't make me any different. And I'm just a small town country boy, redneck, that is just trying to live my life and do things. And it just happens I have a camera that films it, and I get judged every day for it. And whether it be good comments, bad comments, or good suggestions or bad suggestions, it's gonna be there. I'm gonna take it. So anyways, I hope that answers some of y'all's questions as far as these trees go. There's still other little things I got to trim up, little branches and stuff here and there that are still smacking me when I'm mowing. But overall, I like the way my property's coming out, and I'll try to see if I can get a photo or something, or maybe link the video when we first got the property. There was somebody that was asking, they would love to see what the property looked like when I first got it. And I have a video on it, so if you're watching this video and you're that person, just go back months and months, and probably about a year and a half or 2 years, something like that, I don't know, when I first got the property, and you can see the entire transformation. And I'll end it on this. I was very upset, but now it's just like, screw it, what else? It's not a huge issue. I lost all my footage on my external hard drive from everything I've done on this property. I was trying to save all my videos. I was going to do an entire time lapse from start to finish, from overgrown lot to property that's completely done with the house built and everything. And my external hard drive screwed up, and I'm not the most tech savvy. I tried and tried and tried to get everything off of it if I could, and couldn't do it. So I took it over to Dad's. He's a little more tech savvy with certain things like that, and he tried and tried, and we just couldn't get it to work. I think the hard drive got damaged, and it's not letting me get any footage off of it. So I lost all my footage up until what y'all see now. So it is what it is. Not the end of the world, but it would have been cool to be able to put a video like that together. But y'all have already seen it in real time, and it is what it is. So anyways, that's all I got today. I got to get online and start ordering some stuff for the house and get a roof on this house, so people can quit complaining, saying you need to get that roof on there. So anyways, I do appreciate you guys for watching, even though I do poke fun at some comments. And like I said, that's just how I am. You're gonna say certain things, I'm gonna say certain things, and you're either gonna continue watching or you're not. So anyways, I do appreciate you guys for watching. Don't forget to like the video. I'm gonna see how many I can get on this video, and we will catch y'all on the next one. Peace. Bye guys.